Welcome, everybody to IVD Press. I'm your host for today. I'm Fahara F Vision. That stands for Fahara Farmers Vision. And thank you for tuning in. We got a lot of things that we want to talk about today. Um, and I hope you all are down to sit down and or drive or whatever you're doing right now and have this conversation with us. Um, IVD Press is a platform, a media platform, all social media. Um, we report on pretty much everything: sports, entertainment, what's going on with the government. We report everything. But today we got something special. We got inspired this morning by a something I seen online that was very interesting, and it was had a I had a whole lot of fun just thinking about doing this. So I'm just setting everything up right now, y'all. Y'all be patient with me. Um, okay, there we go. Y'all be patient with me, trying to get everything together. Y'all know how these lives be. But if you hadn't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell on this live. Like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Very important for what we got going, what we're doing right now. Stay tuned. We got some big stuff coming soon on every platform. Okay. So I'm about ready to get everything started, y'all. Y'all be patient with me for a minute, for a minute, for a minute. All right. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm almost ready. Didn't work out. If y'all hadn't already, please share this. Share this information. Share this video. I appreciate it. It's gonna be. It's really gonna be dope. We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna make it happen today. Now today, if y'all see me jumping around. Probably, hopefully, I'm not jumping around a lot. I got another setup. This is my first time using it. Hopefully, it sets up right. Hopefully, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Good vibes, good vibes. Hey, appreciate. Hey, yo, appreciate that. FIL Sports, man. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, man. Much love to you and your team, man. Enjoyed the live on yesterday. The boxing fight, the boxing was amazing yesterday. I watched the whole fight. Junior came back out with the win, man. Congratulations to that brother and what he doing with his team, man. It was crazy, amazing, man. So y'all stay tuned if y'all can to what we got coming up. Please stay tuned. Now, this video is gonna be different. It's gonna be different, y'all. I I'm an R&B fan, probably more than anything. R&B is my thing. I'm a huge fan. And I and certain people don't necessarily get their flowers. You know, they really deserve it. They really deserve their flowers, man. And the people I want to talk about is one of those people that deserve their flowers, man. And that's Sisqo of Drew Hill. And I'm gonna do a little background on Sisqo and who he is to the music industry and what he's done as far as pretty much everything. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all, if y'all on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell on everything. If you want to comment, hey yo, comment on YouTube. Your comments will pop up. Be crazy dope. We're gonna have an awesome time today, y'all. So Sisqo is a member of a group called Drew Hill. Drew Hill was pretty much founded by Woody. Woody, a guy Woody and Drew Hill. He was a singer at his high school, and he pretty much um asked his people, his homeboys. Well, no, they came to him. They pretty much came to him and asked him about the group. He had already had something going, and that's pretty much the story on that. And they all got hooked up. Long story short, and then they formed the group Drew Hill. They got signed by a record label. I'm trying to do a quick review if y'all can understand. So it's a whole lot more than this. It's just a quick review. So they became Drew Hill. Then Drew Hill, Woody of Drew Hill had he had a situation where that he went through gospel music and he left the group. And Sisqo says because Woody left, he decided to become a solo artist. Now, that can be debatable between Sisqo and Woody, and I respect both of those brothers. Woody has actually, I've actually had conversations with him. He's actually opened up the his door to speak with me and have conversations. So I really appreciate that, brother. You're quite possibly the first celebrity on that stature to ever show me love and talk to me. And I really appreciate that. So he did a solo album, Unleash the Dragon. It did diamond. It went diamond. One of the biggest songs in the world. Thong Song was on that album, and his biggest song he ever did is on that album, which is not Thong Song. The biggest song that Sisqo ever had was Incomplete, and that was written by Montel Jordan. And so he did his solo project. It was awesome. He got 3 CDs of a solo project. Actually, in the EP, 3 CDs and EP in the EP is solo, and he just had an awesome career and still performing to this day. And now he's a part of a group called Smoking Black Dragon, and that consists of the 2 members of Player, Smoke and Black, and they're now a group. So I want to have a conversation about Sisqo, because it's like I don't it's like certain people that done big stuff in our community, as far as R&B, and don't I feel like they haven't necessarily got all of their flowers. Now, Sisqo, he's a huge artist. Like, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. But I don't know if everybody take his vocals and the change the music. I don't know if they understand like how big what he did was and how it impact the music that we listen today. Not just him, just many others, but there's certain aspects in our music today that comes from his solo projects, certain things that he was the first to do. So I just want y'all to tune in. I got a few people that said I got a few people that's going to stop by and we're going to have this conversation, because I'm looking at the history of R&B, all the way back to groups, the Four Tops, Temptations, all the way to now, the Chris Browns and the just just everybody, the Jeremiahs and the Neos, the songwriters, and it's like you can't talk about R&B without mentioning certain people, Babyface, um, uh, like Bobby Brown and the whole movement of the New Jack Swing, things like that. So I just got so much stuff that I want to talk about today about the situation with Sisqo alone. Now, like I said, Sisqo is a member of Drew Hill. Drew Hill was signed when they was really young. They did extremely exceptional. They're an awesome group. And everything about what they did in the 90s and the 2000s was crazy amazing. Now, people got to understand that in the 90s, Sisqo wanted to sound like he wanted to sing like Drew Hill. Woody, put it like this: Sisqo liked Boys to Men. I'm sorry, and Woody liked Jodeci. So Woody said that him and Sisqo exchanged tapes, and Sisqo just fell in love with KC. And from there, they formed a group. Like I said, long story short, it's a long story, y'all. But they formed a group and they were signed young and they had a bad deal, and the group broke up, and so the group broke up on the Will Smith Wild Wild West video shoot. That's why you see Woody and then you don't see Woody anymore. Now Woody came back to the group for the second album, and he brought in a friend that they were cool with. Yeah, yeah, right, right, right. Yeah. So they brought a friend. He brought a friend that they were cool with growing up, and he was a part of the group too. His name was Scola. So the third album, they had 5 members in the group. So after that, they had another album to come out again, and they had a new member named Teo. Now Teo uh, is an amazing singer, amazing. I mean, this guy is exceptional. Like he's an amazing singer, and they did an album with him. And after Teo left. Then because Jazz left first, then Teo left, then Nokia left, and that made them become a new group with Smoke and Black from Player. Cheers to you if y'all remember Player. Now they did a nice little run as Drew Hill, but they now has changed their name to Smoke and Black. So that's pretty much the history. Hopefully y'all got it. Hopefully it makes sense. I'm gonna bring somebody in to talk with me today about this situation. Um, Come on in, tell us who you are. You're on mute.
Yeah, phone mute, man.
Okay, okay, okay. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Introduce yourself, man, for the people.
Man, I'm Charles. I'm Charles Taylor, man. I'm a barber, entrepreneur. From Memphis. I'm 25. Well, I'm 26 now. So 26 years old, man. Young guy here. So just trying to get into more business aspects. And I don't know, man. I love. I'm a big fan of music. Love music. So I'm happy my guy Polo brought me in today because man, I love actually discussing music and everything. So that's cool. So I mean,
All right, man. I appreciate you coming in. And when people say Polo, that's my nickname. So a lot of people that don't know, Polo my nickname. So now I was explaining to people who was Drew Hill. And I know you being a younger guy, I met Charles through Raymond. He's a barber at Razor Sharp with Raymond Henderson. And we was having he was we was actually kicking it one when I came to Memphis one time, and he said, "Man, you got to meet this young guy that's at my shop named Charles. Man, he really down with R&B music." He said, "I think y'all will click." I'm like, "All right, cool." So this next time I came down, um, he introduced me to Charles, and we went back to Charles' spot, and we were just vibing over R&B music, and it was just exceptional to me to hear somebody that's 25 that listens to the same music that I currently listen to. You know what I'm saying? The Babyface, the Jodeci's, the H Towns, the things like that. So I thought it would be great to have him a part of the show, uh, because he understands the older 90s music, and he understands the newer music as well by being a younger generation cat. So when you think of Drew Hill, brother, like what what do you see the inspiration in today's music, and with groups like Drew Hill, H Town, No Question, um Jagged Edge, 112, Liberty City, you know what I'm saying? Like
eh,
like what do you think they kind of music right there inspired the youth right now? Or is it inspiring the youth at all in this new R&B music?
hold on, your mic kind of going in now. You said how did that music kind of inspire me or inspire like the new music today?
Yeah, inspire the new music today.
Man,
Or is it do it all?
boy, like it inspired a lot of groups, like even like Jodeci itself, like Jodeci wanted to come out and bring that boy group or make it more manly, like had that manly presence to it, like I can still come on the stage and dress in like hip hop clothes but come out there singing, versus like Drew Hill. Like man, Drew Hill was like they were very different, bro, very very different, and had their own like unique style. Like And if it's influenced any music today, I can't really just say if it has. Like I can say that they like their style is coming back, like with the blonde hair, nose rings, and wearing the tighter clothes and everything like that. So that the style's always been here. It's never left. But their music, I don't see that in today's music, like just right now, because like everybody's so individualized. You don't see those groups anymore, man. It's like every time you try to even get a group together, they just separate. Like TGT, you couldn't even keep them together. Like the folks separated quick. So I can say the dress style and everything else is still present today, but that form of music, man, no. Like they
I,
real deal study music, bro.
I got you. I got you. And like I said, this a new setup I'm trying out today. So if my mic going in and out on my video doing something crazy, just y'all make sure y'all let me know so I can know if I need to keep this set up. So I can say, well, I'm gonna get to it. This why we here today. We here today to like who is Sisqo. Now, Sisqo is, I can't say the lead singer of Drew Hill. He was the face of Drew, like the face of the group. Now, people don't understand that Sisqo having conversations with people that know him and actually having conversations with Woody is Sisqo never wanted to be the face of that group. He never wanted to be the standout. He just wanted to sing. So the group was actually based on the Jazz being the lead singer. That's why Jazz led more than half of the songs. Sisqo was more so the the bridge, the bridge and the ad libs. You know, because if you listen to the music in the first albums or so, you hear more of Sisqo on the chorus and on the bridge. And Jazz and Woody are leading majority of the songs. But the singles that come out is because Sisqo had the body, he had everything. Like people don't understand. Like when they did their first Woody was telling me when they did Tell Me, the video for Tell Me. That was the first video they did. And he was telling me that Sisqo didn't want to do that. He didn't want to sing it. He didn't want to do this certain songs. He didn't want to sing certain songs he didn't want to do. So what happened is Sisqo basically rebelled on what they wanted because he didn't, there's certain stuff that he didn't like. You got to think about it. They 16, 17 years old at the time. So Sisqo went and dyed his hair to make them mad. And it ended up helping. It ended up making him bigger than ever. Like he did that out of being rebellious. And I hope I'm saying it right. If anybody think it's different, y'all tell me if y'all heard another situation. I want to hear everybody comments. So even when somebody's sleeping in my bed, Sisqo didn't want to sing that song. Sisqo said that why would I sing a song about another guy sleeping with my woman in my bed? So he sung the song wrong. He sung it crazy hard. So they would say, we're not putting this out. But come to find out, they loved it. They loved how hard he sung this song. There was like the emotion in that song, and it came that album ended up becoming the song of the album. Tell Me was basically next level because of the dance movement. And everybody still do that to this day because they wanted them to move like a choir, like back to back. So Sisqo was like, no, we just gonna feel like Sisqo. It was like we just gonna jump it up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move like the choir, but we're gonna jump it up. So that's how that became so famous. But over half of the stuff, like a lot of the stuff that Sisqo didn't even want to do. You know, and that's my understanding from listening to people, listening to interviews with Sisqo, him saying this stuff himself. He said, why would I sing about a song about a guy sleeping in the bed? I mean, my girl cheating on me and the guy in my bed. So that's when you see the video, you see them singing the song, and at the end, his girl was sleeping with another girl. It wasn't the guy. That's why they did the video like that. Like it's like knowing this stuff and listening and seeing the videos and interviews. Like that's really that's somebody changing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Drew Hill, you got Jagged Edge, you got 112, which probably was the biggest groups around that time.
Mhm.
But all of them was totally different. So to you, what made Drew Hill different from what made Drew Hill different from the 112s and the Jagged Edges and all them in your aspect?
Oh man, what made them different, bro? Like, whew, what made them different? Because I mean, it's just like they got on the stage with the energy. They was always dancing, like they were doing the group dance. Like even like when you mentioned like the "Tell Me" song, bro. Like, bro, that song is like still today like no like a number one song of mine. It's like, bro, I love that song. So it's just like it had more of a. It's like you can listen to this song in the church, but you're not supposed to listen to the song in the church. It's like somebody played around with it and said, "Yeah, I'm finna make a little gospel track, but I'm just gonna try to make it a little sexual, you know." But it was I don't know, bro. It's just they were a little bit different, so it's just listening to their music, bro. It's a whole nother vibe. You can't like even their beats, like whoever like produced the beats and everything, bro. It's different from everybody, like every other group, bro. Like I single handedly feel like probably everybody had their own producer, but like, bro, they were just different. Like
Yeah,
that group, bro. It was just a whole difference, bro. And
yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's like I wonder who the battle is. I guess who had the who yeah battle. Come on now,
yeah,
who
yeah.
win the who yeah battle?
Well, that's one that that's kind of hard, man, because you got to think of the originator, one of the originators, um, KC,
Uh huh.
and like I said at the beginning, a lot of people don't really even understand. Shouts out to Tanya as well, and I feel you on that, Miss Tanya. I feel you on that. Sisqo was a Drew Hill fan. I mean, no, he was a Boyz II Men fan,
Mm.
and Woody was the Jodeci fan. So they switched tapes, and Sisqo ended up loving Jodeci's sound. So that's why when you see a lot of their interviews early on, they're singing a cappella their music because of the influence of Boys to Men, but they had the jazz and the flavor of a Jodeci.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the thing is, like, and Woody actually said on the second album, before he did the song Angel, he said that people always ask me why you don't sing, why they don't let you sing, and y'all got to understand that Woody sung like all the April showers, verse off 5 steps, like he sung a lot in that group, and and if you look at the background of the group, it's a lot of songwriting in the group, and that's what Nokio was big on the songwriting. He was big on the making the tracks, but it's a lot of songwriters went through Drew Hill, like Montel Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Keith Sweat. You know, it's a lot of people that went into these different sounds, and Drew Hill wrote a lot of their own music as well. So now going into the 2000s, Drew Hill still making music, right? But we get a group like Day 26 come in and basically just kill it. Give us the same vibe, give us the same love as the 90s groups. Are you familiar with Day 26 and their music?
Man, not too much.
Okay, okay. Well, that's one thing, we be sharing music. That's one thing that you gotta get to Day 26, man, because they was like a breath of fresh air in the 2000s. With Diddy came out the group. It's like Diddy can't do nothing wrong with R&B groups. Like he just
Mm.
can't. But they gave a flavor that was like everybody in one. They were Drew Hill, they were 112, they were Jagged Edge, they were hip hop, they were R&B, they were pop as well. And Danity Kane, which came from
I remember, I remember the girls.
okay, Danny Kane came from Diddy too, and that was pretty much the
Yeah.
girl group, and they were pretty much pop. But what I really liked about those groups is that all of them can sing, all of them.
Okay.
Now, Drew Hill was basically formed it almost in the aspect, even if they weren't trying, is Jodeci, where you had like right a lot of tracks being wrote and music being done by by Devontae, then Nokia, and then you would say that Woody would be Devontae's brother. I can't remember his name. Then you would say Jazz would be JoJo, and Cisco would be KC. Did that make any sense?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so the influence came from a lot of different aspects. So I'm getting on to Sisqo because Sisqo is a big part of music. And people, I think Sisqo gonna be one of those people that is going to be loved now, completely loved now, but really appreciate it when he pass away, because I learned that in everything, in basketball, in sports, and entertainment, whatever it is, you never really appreciate somebody until they pass away and all of the stuff comes up of what they've been doing. That makes sense.
It was like just it was just like what with Prince.
Yeah, like certain people got their flowers, certain people didn't. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Prince, one of them people I believe that got his flowers, but you never heard a lot about his humanitarian and all that kind of stuff
right.
until he died, unless you were already tuned in to who Prince was.
Yeah, because I ain't
And
really know he had his hands on a lot of things like that, bro. Like I ain't know, boy, he had his hands on a lot of things, bro.
Prince was a pioneer. You know what I'm saying? You could say the same thing about um Tina Turner, James Brown, Michael Jackson. I mean, pioneer type work. So I have to put Sisqo in the rim of that because Sisqo did something that was different with his first album that hadn't been done in a long time. Like it's been done before, but it hadn't been done in a long time. And I'm going to get to it right now. Singing and rapping. That's pretty much what everybody do right now. Hip hop, R&B, everybody. Now, the first time I heard singing and rapping, I forget the lady's name. I hate I forget her name because she deserved her respect. She was doing it in the 80s, the white lady. I forget her name, but she was well known in the black community as far as R&B and pop. Why I can't remember her name. But she was one of the first people I heard singing and rapping outside of gospel music in the quartet era of the early 1900s. Because when you had quartet music and gospel, they was like this. You know what I'm saying?
And then
So
yeah,
they're pretty much singing and rapping at the same time.
yeah.
So I'm gonna bring it all the way down to the late 80s, early 90s. The person that was singing and rapping that did it and changed the game, and that was Bobby Brown. Now, that's why they say Bobby Brown is the king of R&B. What he did with the New Jack Swing, which a lot his first album, those songs, some of those songs was wrote by Babyface. And a lot of people don't know that, understand it, that he was with Babyface first, and then that's when he went to gosh, how I forget his name. Blackstreet. Um Gosh, the producer Blackstreet, he had the verses with him and Babyface. Teddy Riley.
Yeah, shit, tell
Okay. Teddy Riley. See, so Babyface was like, he even said on the verses, he was like, when Bobby Brown went to you, he was like, man, and I heard your music. He was like, man, I wanted to sound like that. You know what I'm saying? When you brought your music in. So you got Bobby Brown, to me, quite possibly the king of R&B, because he changed the R&B sound from being a group type thing, like New Edition, like Temptations, like, you know what I'm saying, Smokey Robinson solo artist, Sam Cooke solo artist. Well, we had this group, he had his gospel group though, but they doing solo music, but it's just straight love. Like he brought the hip hop into R&B. You right?
Okay, so
So now he got the hip hop and R&B, and he's singing and rapping. The next person I heard singing and rapping that took it on another level was CeeLo Green or with Goody Mob. Now
Okay.
CeeLo is literally top top five one of my favorite artists ever to do music. CeeLo's now singing and rapping, right? Even if you listen to Soul Food, you know what I'm saying? Good old fashioned soul food, Goody Mob type music. So he's singing and rapping with the Goody Mob and come out with his own projects.
Uh-huh.
Next person I heard that take it to the next level is Sisqo. Sisqo is singing and rapping. Like if you listen to the first album, Unleash the Dragon, the first song is him singing and rapping. Here I come, hold me back, time to hold it back. I'm about to let the dragon attack. My way. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much singing and rapping, and that's about that album. And so you got Sisqo doing it in that album came out, I think in 99. I think it came out in 99.
Yep. Came out.
Singing it, yeah.
No.
So
Yeah, that's it.
okay, 99. Now we got the next form of singing and rapping that comes in is T-Pain.
Now, yeah. Yeah.
So that, I mean, I want the people in the comments to correct me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I love music and I love being criticized. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't take I take constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? So we get to T-Pain, right? T-Pain come in.
Don't
He
forget
was
Drake
a
because Drake was doing the same thing.
but T-Pain was for Drake.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, T-Pain for Drake. So T-Pain come in the early 2000s. He's singing and rapping because he was a rapper first. To me, I honestly, and he's an awesome singer, but I know that he's a better rapper than a singer. But he sings and raps with an auto tune though,
Yeah.
right? Changes the game.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing this. Like he bring auto tune back from Computer Love,
Yeah.
from Blackstreet. You know what I'm saying? With Teddy Riley, he
Yeah.
brings it back and put it back on the map, right? Singing and rapping, successful career. To me, he ran 2000 to 2010 as far as anywhere near there, right? Now we get to the 2010s where you get somebody that rap all of that stuff up, and that's what you hear today, and that's Future. Future took all of that and wrapped it up and sang and rapped on a different level and made it like South. You know what I'm saying? He created his own sound. And I think that's the sound that we got today. So I want to hear your understanding on it, man. I want to hear what you got. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about that? This something that I pretty much put together myself as far as my understanding of music and things that I listen to. What you got, man?
So how? Okay, so at first, how I was understanding like singing and rapping. See, you was like put them all together. Like me to say singing and rapping, that was what Ja Rule bringing some rapping and then singing with J Lo on that joint. Then I mean Jagged Edge did the little singing and rapping. Where the party at? Joint. Even just like T Pain when we was discussing T Pain and Chris Brown, making the track
Yeah.
together and stuff like that, rapping on that joint. So it was just like I do understand like the singing and rapping joint, but it's like, bro, I guess I didn't see it like in the earlier music, bro, because when I heard the rapping and the singing and rapping in the earlier music, like you say Drew Hill and everything, bro, all I heard was singing. I didn't really know they was rapping. I didn't even know like Bobby Brown was like rapping and stuff like that. But what I took it as it was a singing. Like they was real deal just singing and just flowing with the whole thing. So I never knew that it was like, that's what they were doing in their music. So, I guess, learning something new every day. Cause like that was my understanding, like singing and rapping. Like, they actually are stopping and they're just like
Mm,
how they should do on New Edition. And they just stopping and they just start rapping on that joint. Like that was my understanding of the rap. Then they go back and all to the singing. And then but I just never understood it as far as like when they were singing and rapping and singing and rapping. Like even Future. Like I can see it in his song LOV with Rihanna.
yeah.
But some of his stuff I just didn't catch.
Yeah, and I totally understand. because the thing is the aspect of the music and what's going along with the music, how the music is being played now. The
Yeah.
thing is, it's like you go and you get the roots. You know what I'm saying? Start from the root. It started somewhere and it grew up to a tree. And and it grew up the limbs off the tree, and then you got the leaves and everything like that. It all falls in together. Now, when you say singing and rapping, when you singing on a song, you singing, and when you rapping on the song, you rapping. So if you hear like if you hear New Edition and you hear the rap part come into the song, that's rapping. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? That's only rapping. But when you hear the singing, that's singing.
Right.
Now, Drew Hill didn't do a lot of singing and rapping. Sisqo did a lot of singing and rapping. I'm telling you, man, it's like when you listen to those albums, it's like he's spitting, but he doing it over a song. He's making the words longer, if that makes sense.
Yep. You
He's making
flowing.
the words, yeah, yeah, it's flowing out as he's singing, but he's rapping fast. So that takes you back to early gospel music. You see what I'm saying? Where it was similar to that. So that's where we at right now. Like with music, we're at the point where it's kind of confusing to listen to because you really don't know what you're listening to. Because it's so much of the past that's been pretty much duplicated to a certain era of do I really understand what's going on?
Mm.
So that's what I wanted to get to. Is like, what is this music today? Is it R&B? Are the R&B singers, the Chris Browns and all that? Because Chris Brown is doing the exact same thing that Bobby Brown did. It's the exact same sound.
It's just more vulgar, bro, and it's more. It's just more so like it's like they real deal want you to know what they saying and how they feeling nowadays. Like versus back then, it was in my opinion, it's a little bit more subliminal. I mean, you can have kids listen to that music and didn't even know that they was talking about sex the whole time. Now in the
Mm.
music today, bro, it's just you have a lot of anger for no reason. Like people just you get on a song, you just hear somebody screaming on it, like, what you mad for? Then you have a lot of I don't know. It's just like today. It's just like everybody wants to be in this situation. Like I need to go through a relationship problem, or I need to have some beef with somebody to make it in this new this generation nowadays. Like, bro, it's really weird. Like I can't say where the music going. Like sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't, because it just keeps being remade, recycled, remade, and it's like when we just gonna have a period of somebody just continuously make something new and just stop, just leave this other stuff alone. Like it's like
Mhm.
it's always a deal. Like I can do better. I can do better than you. I can do better than you. You know,
Okay.
but nobody's like being themselves. You know what I'm saying? There's no more diversity anymore. It's like you don't have Memphis music culture, then you have Atlanta music culture, then you have Detroit. It's like you can go to Detroit and hear some Memphis. You can come to Memphis and hear some of everything, and you can go to Atlanta, you can hear everything there too. And it's just kind of like, damn, where can I go to get or go to hear like the diverse of music instead of having, just being somebody always just recreating that stuff, bro, again and again. Like,
I
what
got
is
you.
that?
I got you. So getting on to R&B music, who right now, because I'm not really into a lot of the new music, and that's why I thank you for sending me a lot of new stuff, because you sent me one the other day, man. That's a banger. I had to put that in my playlist. So
Giveon.
yeah,
Yep. Giveon.
yeah. So who now in today's music is considered as R&B?
Man, Chris Brown.
Mhm.
Chris Brown is considered, in my opinion, R&B. Chris Brown. You have you have like a lot of underground singers, if you want to say that, but like it's a lot of people that's out here doing R&B, but Chris Brown is more so like just top. And Drake also, I can give props to Drake doing some great R&B because he writes for a lot of people as well. Daniel Caesar, he's great.
Mhm.
Uh, Let me see. It's another guy. Forgot his name. but he writes with Chris Brown also. So it's like I say, it's like I say, like the one that's appearing the most in my opinion, it just has, in my opinion, just has to be Chris Brown right now. Because everybody
Uh,
looks at him like he's the new.
yeah,
It's
you have
like
to take. Okay, there you go. There you go.
it's like now everybody looks at Chris Brown like, oh dang, this is the that's the new Michael Jackson. He's a new generation, like the Michael Jackson now. So
Mhm.
mm, that's why I
So
just feel like that's where we at right now.
okay, so I don't see the 2000 R&B singers. I don't see them as being old school. Like a lot of people say that's old school because they like younger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see the Neos and the Trey Songs and all of them. So are the Neos, the Trey Songs, the Jeremiahs, are they still relevant right now?
Yeah, Jeremiah's very relevant because he's still making like hits like all the time. Like he's sampling a lot of music nowadays. Like he's sampling a lot of stuff. And what artist were you saying too? Because your mic went on like mute. Couldn't hear you.
Oh man, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you said what other artists?
Chris Brown. I mean Trey Songz and Neo and Jeremiah.
Neo,
Like,
man, bro. Neo, that guy is talented. That guy is like very very talented. I feel like he's not really looked on. I feel like just you saying like a Sisqo, he's gonna be one of those people that people like right now, but he's gonna be appreciated when he's gone because he wrote what Beyonce to the left. That's one like this one big old hit. So it's just like he's relevant, but it's like people don't know that because it's like when we listen to music, we don't go back and look who produced that or who wrote it. We just listen to it automatically, think that this person wrote everything they singing right now or
yeah,
everything they performing and doing. So
yeah, because even in the 90s, you kind of had that with certain singers, like Donnell Jones. Like he
oh
wrote songs on the Mary J. Blige My Life album, Mary J. Blige first album.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So it's always awesome that these singer songwriters turn into actual artists that do music. And it's like I feel like we gotta show homage to the artists, the songwriters, man, from all generations. See, that's another thing too, man. The songwriting is totally different nowadays than what it was then. Because I can listen to a song that Babyface wrote and I could see it like I'm watching a movie. But it's like now the music is more so um it's like let's get straight to the bed, which Jodeci had that. You know what I'm saying? Rick James had that.
yeah.
Let's go straight to the bed, but it was like more so a story. Like when Jodeci said it, it was a story. When Drew Hill said it, it was a story. When
I
the
love
112 said
those, bro. They intros were dope.
it. Which one?
They intros like when you saying a story, their intros, bro. Like they were dope. And
Yeah,
of course, it's gonna bring you into you can have this picture in your mind because bro, it brought you into as soon as that song came on. Like bro, like Forever My Lady. Look at that intro, bro. Like you
yeah,
listen to that, you just like wow.
yeah.
They bring you into that joint.
Yeah, and that's real, and just that's crazy to speak on intros because that's something that artists don't even do anymore. Like intros used to be like a thing. It was like its own track on the tape or the CD.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I go back and I listen to the intro of Jodeci's intro before song 112, you know what I'm saying? Intros and
yeah.
things like that. It's like that passion of music is gone, and it really sucks because that was a big part of music to me is the storytelling. It's like the storytelling is gone. So if I hear an artist now saying, yo, what in my mind he's saying, I want to get you home and I want to get that. But he's not making a scenario around how he met you, how they seen you, how you talked to me in the club,
Yeah,
how y'all had the phone conversations on the phone, to the point that at the end of the song in the bridge, now I got it. You know what I'm saying? Now
it's
we
lost
we
creativity, man. Lost creativity.
so why do you think that in the youth right now, like why do you think that that's gone? Because I remember in the 90s, they was telling me that NWA, in late 80s NWA, like that's trash. Like you don't need to be listening to Jodeci. Oh my gosh, that's too sexual. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like it's too much. No limit. They just talking about killing people. They be
Yeah.
like, y'all young people doing it. So it's like, what is that the same thing to this new generation? Is that what we saying to y'all?
Same thing. It's just more vulgar. It's just more. It's just a difference. Like it's no telling how it's gonna be in the next generation because I'm gonna be in that spot that you were once in. Your father was once in. So like it's gonna repeat in the cycle because when you look back at those, like when you look back at singing groups and you look at individual singer, they look the same. You look back at a rapper and look back to rappers back then, they look the same. Everybody like rocking chains. Everybody like rocking all the guns and everything. Had the big mob, whatever it was. Like it's nothing's changed. It's just people go about their business a lot more different because we have social media and you know all these platforms nowadays. Like so, people just move about it another way, but it's still the same.
Okay, so to y'all, like say for instance, I was one of those cats that saying, "Yo, y'all listen to this stuff. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all that's crap, and it's not real music." The same stuff they told us. Like, what's the turnoff? Like is it like a turnoff like we had where we basically almost like wanted to rebel against all the people that the 70s was their favorite era, the 60s was their favorite era of music. Is it the same thing with the new class?
It's just a bunch of mockery, in my opinion. It's a bunch of mockery. I see, monkey see, monkey do. I see him doing it. I'm gonna do it too. Type thing instead of no, I'm gonna just be my own person. See, that's why I say social media kind of messed that up because we all got access to every city. So now we get to go and slide down a list of cities and select who character we want to be, what we want to sound like we from. Instead of it just being, we just take our own thing, create our own thing, make our own self. But it's like I said back then, y'all, to make stories, you have to study. People not studying no music no more. We just get out and make a hit. What's gonna be our story is well, rappers nowadays it seem like let's go kill somebody, then let's go make a story. Let's go make a song about it. Let's go mess over a female, and then let's go make a song about it. All these stories come from this little rap that we got nowadays is from one night stands. This stuff happened in a day, not in a year's time span. Like y'all actually took time to make music. We making albums today, and we're gonna give you one tomorrow night.
Hmm.
So
So
it's
so so you're pretty much saying it's like what I call the instant age. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the
yeah,
instant age of music.
yeah.
Man, shouts out to Sports Inside Angle, man. That's my guy, man. Shouts out to you, man. Love you, bro. Appreciate you for tuning in. So basically, you're saying that it's based is Insta era. Like the Insta era to me is like everybody used to cook on the stove, right?
Oh yeah,
Then now they made something faster, and it was the microwave.
yeah,
And now they make this right here. You know what I'm saying? But before the stove, it was the grill. It was you know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
was the fire. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like everything is instant. So an artist can go in the studio right now and make an album, and he can put it out. He can make a single and put it out in the next day and have no kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like like so it's not it's like not a lot of thought into it in
Yeah.
your perspective. I have my own opinion, and it's like I don't want to just present my own opinion. I
Like, bro, it's we have no substance. Like that's why y'all music lasts. That's why you can continue to always have to revert back to the older music because you guys' music has substance. Our music nowadays, if the artist put out one album, tomorrow we looking for another because we bored with this one already. But
Mm.
like we can still go back to y'all's albums and just listen to them as if they just came out yesterday. They still have substance, and you still see that music has changed in like how they want to explain things, but still the same. But it's just that y'all's music has way more substance. Like you say, it's just a longer book, and I just feel like it's just endless because I don't feel like I ever get just over that music, just being like, man, I hate this music. I don't like it no more. It's just always gonna be there. It's just great music. It's just what music is. I just like today. It's just
Okay, so what do you think that it'll get back? Like, what would it take to get back into making real music? Like, we had this conversation. I think it was yesterday.
mm-hmm.
Do text messages. Yeah, like, what do you think it would take to get back to real music? Like, even before our music, like Smokey Robinson was telling a story. Sam Cooke was telling a story. James Brown was telling a story. The Temptation, Four Tops, OJ's, you know what I'm saying, the greats. They were telling amazing stories. What would it take for the youth right now to get to a level that the music is about something? It ain't all about the draws. It's about the conversation. Like, girl, you got great conversation, or I want to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
first kiss type situations, man. Do you think that era in your generation? Do you think that era is ever going to get back to that, or in your era, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like they literally butt naked on regular TV right now. You know what I'm saying? In the 2030s. So what you got?
Ooh, boy, I look me. I just honestly feel like the supply and demand. It's too demanded, bro. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to see the music revert back or you. Like
Mm,
I don't see it, bro. It's too demanded, and what we on the radio, bro, like that's what the youth want to hear.
mm,
So it's like, how can you possibly revert back? I mean, unless you just gonna force it, but you can't because it's been what's been created. They ain't gonna ever be destroyed. Cause they, bro, even if they ain't listening to it on the radio, bro, it's gonna be a platform out there that says older music. You want to still hear it? Here you go.
yeah.
It ain't gonna go nowhere because then you still gonna have people out there making it. It's
Mm.
too demanding, and I don't know what could possibly change that. Maybe
But
probably a topic for another day, but bro, that's hard.
okay, and it's crazy you say that because this music today is only samples of 90s music.
Exactly. That's it. That's it.
So these cats are making these beats. These cats making these beats are redoing these songs, but they are never listening to the actual songs.
They don't, bro. They don't study. That's why I heard in the documentaries, and it says that the younger cats in today's the music industry are disrespecting the founders because those people. That's why I say those people actually studying, going back and listening to the hip hops and saying, oh, this is what they saying. How we can take this and how we can mix this. Like they don't do that no more.
Mm. So is it because of the instant era? Is it because of bringing music out tomorrow, recording this album, having 20 songs on an album? Like it what is that why that we can't get back into studying music?
Yes, get rich fast. Like you okay, you see Donald Trump get fired. Then you see somebody instantly come out with a song. You done lost your job. You lost your and it just got a bunch of money. Like how?
Mm.
That's instantly made. Like somebody just literally just said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make this track and I'm gonna just spit it on up out there. Cause it instantly got to them.
Hmm.
This is crazy, bro.
I can't necessarily listen to a lot of mainstream R&B. Like I do listen to some new music for some, like what they call them, like un, underground R&B or whatever. But these people
Mm-hmm.
be really big. Like I sent you King, the group King. I sent you them last week. Like that makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to music, they make sense to me. Cause it don't sound like 90s music,
Mm-hmm.
but it tells a story.
Right.
Like music to me is a story. Like even when I'm listening to instrumentals and I'm listening to jazz, I can sit back and close my eyes and create my own vision, even when I'm listening to an instrumental. But when I'm listening to music today, it's more so you for to get some, we for to get some, we for to go do this. You know what I'm saying? And we got the R&B singers. I mean, straight up gangster, gangster. Like hey, you mess with me, I'm a kill you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so the mindset of the artist. I understand the labels. I understand the getting over that the labels do, and a lot of artists not doing the music they want to do. Because I just take that in consideration of Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, believe it or not, he's an actual good rapper. But the thing is that he's a good rapper. I ain't saying he the greatest all time or anything near that. So I don't want nobody to take that and say Fahara said that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
But
That's true.
but
True facts.
but he put out music that was dumbed down, just like Waka Flocka, just like Crunchy Black. You know what I'm saying? They put out dumbed down music because that's what they were pretty much told to do. Now I've heard Crunchy Black spit, and the people that's watching don't know who Crunchy Black is. He's a member of 3 6 Mafia, but his role wasn't to be a lyricist. His role was to be the hype man, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I heard him rap when I met him, and I'm like, man, bro, you do this? He was like, but yeah, I'm just playing my role. And I'm like, God, gosh, man. So do you think that that's what the artist doing right now? They're just playing their roles?
Definitely. Definitely. Like, it's a contract. You only get to talk about this and this on. You talk about this, you gone.
Hmm,
It's a role.
hmm,
And they all say today it's just a job. They're just making their money. It's just some the air. It's demanded. Kids want to
hmm.
see it. So it's like anybody can get online and just make a rap song with guns, all in that journey, just real deal making. See,
Okay. So getting back into the root that we was talking about, basically Sisqo.
mm-hmm.
Now, Sisqo released an album, I think it was like 2015, 2016, called The Last Dragon. He said he was going to release 3 albums when he first started doing music. And he released the third one, which was really doggone good. He had a single with Waka Flocka called what was that single?
I
I
ain't even
can't think.
heard that one.
Yeah. You gotta look it up. You gotta look it up. He had a single with Waka Flocka that did real good. And um he kept Drew Hill going when everybody left. So before the group officially broke up, he brought in Smoke and Black from Player. Cheers to you. Cheers to you for giving me. No, that's not right there. So he brought them in the group where it was just him. It was him, Nokio, Jazz, and Teo was the last official member of the Drew Hill group. So it was 5 of them again, just like the second album when they had Scola. They had Scola, they had 5 members. So they had 5 members again. So yeah, 5, no, 6 members. Actually, hold on. Because it was Sisqo, Nokio, Teo, Jazz, Smoke, and Black. So it was 6 members. Man, that's crazy, right? So so Teo and Jazz and Nokio left the group. And if y'all want to go check it out on YouTube, check out those videos from Jazz, Nokio, and Teo had made a lot of videos on it, but they left the group. So it left 3 people: Sisqo, Smoke, and Black. And Smoke and Black is from Player, the group Player. They had a member that passed some years ago, and they kind of stopped performing and doing their singles. So now Drew Hill makes a single with Smoke and Black. So it's just them 3 now.
Hmm.
They make a single. It's crazy dope. I mean, personally, one of my favorite songs of this 2010 era, all the way up to 2020. Uh, Now they've changed the group. They took the Drew Hill off of it and they made their own group, which the single's supposed to be coming out soon, called Smoke and Black Dragon. I don't even know if you knew that.
Nope.
Okay. Now, Sisqo, Smoke, and Black has formed a group now called Smoking Black Dragon. Sisqo do a live on his YouTube channel called Sisqo Live, where he go live with them and the DJ. I forget the DJ name. So if I really wish I had sent you the single they did. You know what I'm saying? The single they had. I wish I can play it too, but I don't want to play it on YouTube because they're gonna copy.
Right.
Yeah, I won't do it because I could play it right now. But they're alone. They got a group, Smoking Black Dragon. What do you think about that? When you think of Player, you think of Sisqo, form of the group, Smoking Black Dragon. Is that still wanted or needed in today's thought of R&B singer? Do you think that it will be relevant? Do you think it'll blow up, or you just think they'll just be doing music because they love to do it? Coming, like I said, if y'all don't know, this is Charles. He's 25 or 26, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's 26 in a newer era of music, and he helps me understand a lot of what's going on in today's music. So do you think that there's something that's going to be appreciated, or do you think there's something they just doing because hey, we love music to do? Where do you think that's going to go?
The last option, to be honest. Like they
Mm.
still, it's just something they love to do. I can't say this is necessarily needed because, like you say, Cisco gonna be appreciated when he's gone. People like him, and it's so many other artists. It's just that that's just on the scene right now, and so many artists undermined it. Like a lot of people didn't even know Jagged Edge dropped a new album, but
Mm.
it's just how it is.
Yeah, and the thing about Jagged Edge, they never stopped doing music. There's one group that never broke up.
Yeah,
Like if you go on Spotify, you'll be surprised at how much music them folks got out. It's like they do an album like every 2 years,
yeah,
but every 2 or 3 years, but they not a part of the industry. They're not a part of the machine that's pushing their music.
right.
So when it comes to Genuine, when it comes to Tyrese, because Tyrese did an album, I think it was 2016. He put out an R&B album as a 90s artist that went platinum. Their album went platinum, like Billboard platinum. Can 90s artists still R&B artists still put out 90 albums in 2020?
Yeah, they definitely can. Usher could do it.
Usher is an exception. Like it's just certain people just
Usher
an
could do it.
exception. Yeah, yeah. Usher is an
Do it.
exception because Usher came out when he was 13 and he was
Just
getting
call me Young
song.
Mac. He was in a group. Just call me Young Mac. Cause I got it like that.
Yeah,
You gotta play by the rules. But I was like, damn, I said, I didn't even know he was in that group. What the
yeah.
bro?
But you gotta think about it, like a lot of them come from groups like Jeremiah. He came from a group. He came from
Really?
Mr. Blackberry Molasses. Blackberry Molasses.
Oh wow.
One of the things. Like he was a part of Mr. So it's like Usher is almost in this set. It's like, do I put Usher in this? I have to put Usher in this conversation because it's relevant. But
he was there.
he was there, like Jeremiah was there. Like, but everybody don't see Jeremiah like that because they see him when he came out as a young adult doing music. They don't look and see the fact that he came out of a group. You know what I'm saying?
How about this? What about Tank? Because I mean, he's a little older because he was with Aaliyah, singing background with Aaliyah and everything. I feel like Tank could possibly come out and make a good album, but not after the recent stuff. But he could possibly do something. Genuine can still possibly make a decent album because those artists, to me, they can kind of they coexist within that era and they can exist within our time frame. Like Usher can exist within our time frame because he's still putting out hits that people he's still relevant.
But he's putting out music that's relevant to today.
Oh,
I can't see.
like old style.
You see what I'm saying? Like he's still putting out music that's relevant to today. So I I can't see Genuine breaking character and putting out that type of music. And Genuine is phenomenal artist. Tank came under Genuine. He was the background singer. Cause I always used to say that when I used to see Genuine perform, I was
Mhm.
like, that my background singer sound better than him. Cause they always had on Jordan jogging suits. It was two of them. They
Yeah.
always had on Jordan jogging suits while he had on his shirt off and all that kind of stuff. They had on Jordan jogging suits and they
Hmm.
sung in the background. And one of those guys was Tank. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Genuine put, and the thing is, I'm not saying that they can't put out exceptional music. I said platinum album
Yeah.
music that can go platinum. So can you
Yeah.
see Smoking Black Dragon, Genuine, um, Casey and JoJo, you know what I'm saying?
And they put up
This
woo,
Cassidy era putting
bro.
out a platinum album.
The right producers possibly.
But the thing is, I almost can't say that because a lot of those people that's doing music right now, songs are being written from the dark skinny dude from Jagged Edge, from
Okay.
Nokia, from Keith Sweat to this day. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of those producers are still writing music. So if those producers came out with the songs that even Tank, you know what I'm saying? Tank, I see Tank being more of 2000s than anything because that's around the era of Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton. That's the 2000s. A lot of people get that mixed up. They think that they're a part of the 90s. And music is not. Um, Anthony Hamilton is not. John Legend is not. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Those are early 2000 cats. So as far as platinum albums, man, I don't know. Usher can do it. Usher can do it all day.
Yeah.
I believe Usher can do it. But in exception, like outside of Usher, like SWV came out with an album a few years ago and it was really good. But ain't nobody really rock with it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm listening to this music, man. When I follow these artists to this day, and that's another thing about social media,
Hmm.
is that you can actually talk to your artists. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite artists, you can actually talk to them, and you know what I'm saying, and they will possibly respond. Like, and that's how I talked to Woody of Drew Hill. I just reached out and I talked to Teo of Drew Hill too, and it was briefly though. It wasn't like the conversation me and Woody had. So big shouts out to Woody for giving me that time and giving me that platform, you know, to speak with him. So it's like now we can actually interact with our favorite artists.
Yeah.
So why do you think that these new artists they're sampling songs from these older artists and not reaching out to them? If we can reach out to them, me and you can reach out to them because I actually talked to Rough Ends. You know what I'm saying? Like I just reached out on Instagram. So why do you think the artist today is not reaching out to these artists that they doing a lot of sampling from?
Um, it can be a thing because I mean they under a contract and the artists don't reach out necessarily. It's just the person that's gonna produce the song. They possibly can reach out to them and talk to them, but the artists don't never just necessarily talk to them because man, you even have people making music that does a collab, but they ain't even in the same studio. So it's like
Right.
they never meet each other. So it just kind of it's just one of those things, bro. It's it just changes over time.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer of what you said because like it makes so much sense. But my thing is that if I listen to anybody and I want to copy them or mimic them, I got to find out who they are first. You know what I'm saying? Like if I wanted to copy and mimic Master P and what he did with No Limit, I
Hmm.
got to go back. I got to go back and look at old interviews, not just the documentaries. I'm talking about old interviews when they were sitting there at the time in 1998. You know what I'm saying? Talking about business, talking about this, talking about how they came up with the concept of this song. This is like if I want to do a 666 song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to reuse the Turtle Club Up beat. I'm gonna go listen to Turtle Club Up, and I'm gonna get the feel of this song. I'm gonna give the credit. You know what I'm saying? In the song that I'm using your music. You know what I'm saying? That you inspire me to do this music. Like so basically that goes back to what you were saying earlier. Um it's like they're not doing the history.
Yep.
And so it's the answer to that question.
Yep. That's it.
Hmm.
Lack of studying, bro. They don't study.
I got you. I got you. I got you. So man, that's what I just wanted to get on there, and I wanted to talk about that today, man, because especially with Sisqo, man, like a lot of people don't understand and appreciate what that brother did for music, what Drew Hill did to music, and it wasn't just Sisqo on that topic. It
Yep.
was the whole Drew Hill. So like even with like I said, Jazz, Nokio, and Woody and Sisqo, it's like they did something that everybody compared to Jodeci, but they did it in their own way. But Sisqo, when he went solo, he did something different that had never been done. Like you had people, you had Genuine out. Genuine did some singing and rapping. You know, I love it. Like he did that type of stuff too. But Sisqo is like he was the most unique. You know what I'm saying? Out of all of that, like he can wear his hair black, red, silver, gray, whatever he wanted to do.
It still was out there.
And it's like I put him up there high with legends as far as performing a whole 2 and 3 hours and dancing at the same time and singing and not missing the note. And the fact that he could still do that today is beyond amazing. So you got to think about the artists that did that. You got to think about the uh the James Browns, the Tina Turners, and now today, which is probably the only mainstream person that's doing it like that. The two people that's doing it like that today, they're singing and rapping and going hours and performing. Is Chris Brown and Beyonce.
Mm. Yep.
So I have to put Sisqo in a realm of those great artists that took their craft and still doing it today. I seen Tina Turner perform 2 years ago. No, it was 3 years ago. I seen Tina Turner perform on YouTube. When I tell you this woman, oh my gosh, still killing it.
Tina Turner.
That's Tina Turner, bro. Tina Turner, man. So I'm like, and let me, how old is Tina Turner, man? I seen her it was like, I was 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I'm going to see how old she is right now. Tina Turner is 81.
Boy.
So she was 79 the last time I seen her perform. Right?
Damn.
So I believe that I gotta put Sisqo in that conversation, man. I really do. I think that he's one of the I think he should be labeled as one of the greats as far as performance. If you've never seen Sisqo perform solo, it's a different experience, even to this day. It's a totally different experience, man. So I'm gonna bring somebody else into the screen, man. What's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
You copy? Yeah, yeah, I'm on. What's up?
Hold on, how you doing, man?
I'm well done, and yourself?
All right, bro. I got an echo in the background.
Hold on.
All
What
right,
about
all right.
now?
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you well, man. Like we've been having a nice lengthy conversation, man. About Sisqo, man. And
One of the greats.
hey, that's crazy you say that, man. And I know that's a very, very, very true answer. Like
Right.
we did the breakdown on a lot of stuff since we've been live, man. So, but what's your thoughts on Sisqo just coming in and being a part of the live? If you I'm sure you probably not heard anything we've said. So just give us your idea of Sisqo as an artist, performer, and what should he be ranked? You know what I'm saying? As far
Well,
as that.
well, I do not have a number as far as rank is concerned. However, as an observer and seeing him perform and do his thing, he is he he's very very talented. And in these days, due to a lot of people like to be insulting, very underrated. Uh, the blonde hair thing, whatever. But that's what people do. People who are who are in entertainment have to be flashy and do things to stick out. And it's just the mentality of a performer. But what so as he's being flashy, he can walk the talk. You dig what I'm saying? When it comes to
Yeah.
singing, when it comes to performing, so forth and so on. See, some people can do the flash, but but what's behind them, all they got is the flash. They ain't got nothing else. The boy ice cold, man. Now I don't get into the rankings because I like to frequent back to older performers. So like for example, Memphis' own Larry Dotson of the Barcades.
Okay.
It's so man, he's so off the chain, singing, performing, so forth and so on. But I realize it's so many of those people because that's what you had to do to get on. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I won't rank Sisqo unless you say like in the last 10 years, 15, something like that. But he is he is awesome as a performer and underrated.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm about to bring somebody else in, man. I appreciate y'all coming in. This is Raymond Henderson. We on the conversation of Sisqo. We on the conversation of Drew Hill. We on the conversation of R&B music and all the above. So Raymond, when you think of Sisqo as an artist, you think him as a performer, you think him as a singer. Like, what's your mindset on like who he is and like how big should he be? Or you think have he even got his flowers or he's going to get his flowers? Like, what you think?
Oh man, first of all, I want to say what's up, everybody. How y'all doing? Man,
Good,
I
man,
think
good.
I think that he is a groundbreaking performer, man, for sure, man. You can put him up against a lot of the greats, man. I think Sisqo is he's been very underrated, man, for whatever reason, man. I think that he definitely need to get his flowers, man. I'm interested to see if where he's at now, what he got going on, and yeah, that's all I got.
I got you. I got you. So we got on the term of Drew Hill and how Drew Hill came about, how Noki Woody came up with he had to came up with the idea and Sisqo became part of the group and the group got started pretty much and all that stuff. Like what kind of difference you think Drew Hill made in the 90s as far as music? I'm gonna ask Hater that. Like Hater, what do you think that Sisqo made like the Drew Hill? What kind of message did they leave like in the 90s music, man?
Well, in my opinion, it was just added on to many of the groups that we have had before them, and they kind of like symbolize the dying, like the last breed of the R&B group. You know what I'm saying? So like for today, I can't name a R&B group. Uh, so they kind of like the last of the breed of those individuals willing to be in groups. And I think so, yeah, because like so now it's all individual solo artists, so forth and so on. So that's what they kind of symbolize to me.
Okay, Raymond, I got that question for you too, man. Like as far as what they did in the 90s, man, where do you see like what kind of image you think they had and what you think that they'll leave on like the future of music and R&B?
I mean, really, when I think of going through here, man, I think uh, man, me growing up in the '90s, man, and they taught us how to love. They taught us to make love. They taught us how to love, and that time in our culture, that was really like, man, the place in time, man, where like because they was coming behind Jodeci and behind like Boys to Men groups like that, man. I think they added on to the nuance of love that we had in the '90s, man. So I mean, their mark, they left a big mark. They got so many different hits, man. I put them up against it was great, man. Like shit coming behind Troop, coming behind Jodeci, coming behind Boys and Men, all those groups, man. They really kind of carried on the legacy of Love Me, man, in the '90s.
I got you. And I know y'all just getting on, but me and Charles were talking, and we got on the topic of rapping and singing because I know it was a lot of people to do it before Sisqo. You know, like you got the like I told him I can't remember the lady name that was doing it in the 80s. Hater, what's it? You know the lady name that was rapping and singing in the 80s? I think it was I think she was a white lady.
Tina Marie did it, and
Tina Marie
I
did it for
think
sure.
Tina Marie, I think Millie Jackson. You know, there's a few people
Millie
doing
Jackson.
it.
Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. Millie Jackson. Okay.
Also,
Now,
if you don't mind, let me add something, right?
okay.
So check this out. You know, it sounds conspiracy theorist like. However, in my opinion, with rap music and all this music being influential, I think the reason we do not have groups is not necessarily by mistake. I like to think that the people who put the money behind people we see on TV and on the radio, they push individualism, and they push all these solo people uh, because a lot of the solo people, you know, they more about me, and I think that they would like our people to be about the mentality of me, because if we were all self-absorbed in our own selves and not about love and family, then we are divided, and when you are divided, you can be even more, you can be conquered even more than we already are. I'm done with that.
Okay. Hey, go ahead, Charles. You got something on that?
I can agree though. I can agree.
Okay. Because Charles, I brought Charles in because he's this generation, and he's like hardcore R&B 90s. You know what I'm saying? And he just turned 26, and so it's like
Right.
hearing his insight on why things are what they are and how they are is completely amazing to me. So I want to get back into the singing and rapping because there's something that Sisqo did. I think the last person to do it before him was Raymond got set off. Right, he'll probably be back. But last person I heard do it before him was CeeLo Green, and before that was Bobby
Well, you know,
Brown.
yeah, Bobby
Then
Brown.
you know what I'm saying, and they're on. So the thing is, I think that the singing and rapping now is based off of what Sisqo did that's been revolutionized with the singing and rapping what he did. And then you had T-Pain come in, and then after T-Pain came in with he came in with the auto tune, and he did it and it came popular. Then you had Future. They came and redid all of that, and I think that's the sound we got today. What you think about that?
I can't get into Sisqo though. I can't get into Sisqo.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can't, like I said, I'm talking about singing and rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
So but this Bobby Brown though.
but I'm just saying, like after Bobby Brown, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
But see, you can't you can't skip Bobby Brown. You can't say Sisqo because it comes off as if like Sisqo is kind of, but he ain't it ain't. You gotta. It's hard to say Sisqo and not say Bobby Brown first. You know what I'm saying? Even if Bobby Brown might not be first either. But so all of the rapper trying to be sexy R&B guys is, man, they come from Bobby Brown.
see, that's what I'm saying. Like we had the whole conversation first. Like I gave Bobby Brown all the flowers for that. You know what I'm saying? The basically the king of the New Jack Swing. You know what I'm saying? Like that was done a little earlier. I'm just saying, like based on like, because the thing is, Sisqo didn't do a lot of singing, rapping on his singles. He did it on the albums. He did it in the music, like on the albums. Like the only thing one that's close to there as far as the single is Stone Song. And to me, that kind of don't count, you know, compared to what he was doing on the albums. So
Right, but I was just saying, so like if I was somebody who didn't know, and I heard you come in the conversation and you said, well, shit go from Sisqo, then it would come off as if to like Sisqo kind of was the start, and I can't agree with that.
No, because I took it back up to, I couldn't think of her name at first, and then I went to Bobby Brown, then I went to CeeLo, then I went to Sisqo, then I went to T-Pain, then I went to Future. You know what I'm saying? So it was all in the whole era.
It is a few people that we are missing from that. It's we had So that's in a lot of conversations when people say, somebody come from some, it's a lot of people that have done these things. Some may be more popular than others from
Yeah.
it, but I just tend to be hesitant in saying, where it come from, whatever, because it is a lot of people that's involved and have done these things prior to. So it's just me from
For sure.
my experience from previous conversations about it.
That's for sure. That's for sure, man. And the thing is open to it. That's why I say I like the constructive criticism. Like I have no problem with that. That's why I gave everybody their flowers. Like, but as far as the mainstream people that was doing it a lot, like Bobby Brown is the king of it, hands down. The art like R&B. You know what I'm saying? As far as the singing and rapping. So what you got on it, Ray? What you got on that situation?
I had to zone out for a second. What was the last question, man? I just tuned back in. So what was that
We,
last
we
question?
was we was basically talking about rapping and singing and how it's been like revolutionized to what it is today. And Sisqo did a lot of rapping and singing on the albums. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that Bobby Brown like murdered it. He like made it like super, you know what I'm saying, famous to what it is today. So, but now we got T-Pain coming doing the auto tones, and we got Future taking it to the next level to what to basically the music that we hearing today. Like what do you feel about that? What's your conversation on the rapping and singing?
I mean, I don't have much on the rapping and singing thing because I know, like I said, you said T Pain, he one of the ones today, but definitely Bobby Brown, he really going back and but I honestly have to really think about that question, man, because
Mhm.
I really have too much commentary on that point right there, man.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Because I know we're not gonna be on too much
I,
long. What's up?
well, I have to. When I'll say that for another time.
Okay. 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 Well, so we're gonna get on to Drew Hill. They was a group. They started out with 4 members. Second album they had 5 members. Third album they had 4 members. The fifth they hadn't put out a fifth album, but they did. Sisqo was the only original member part of the group, and he brought on Player. You know what I'm saying? Son, cheers to you. So them being a part of the group now, or yeah, I say the group, and them being Drew Hill, but now they've changed their name. They don't go by Drew Hill no more. They go by Smoking Black Dragon, and they got a single coming out. So how do y'all feel, Hater? Because I already talked to Charles about it. Hey, how do you feel about Smoking Black being a part of Drew Hill and breaking off being their own group?
I don't have really any feelings about it. I have to hear the music first.
Okay, now they got a song out together under Drew Hill with all 3 of them, and I'll send it to y'all when we get out the live. They got a song together under Drew Hill, but now they're Smoking Black Dragon. They hadn't came out with a single yet, so I'm gonna go to Ray. Ray, what you think about it, man? You know them becoming a group, Smoking Black Dragon.
Man, I honestly, I'm gonna be candidly honest, man. I think the name is dated. I think that I would be afraid to kind of mess up the relevance of what Drew Hill was to our culture. And so, me personally, I'm like, I would really have to, I would have to see, what I would have to hear the music, man. But I guess I think that the Dragon whole thing, I think they're dated, and I think the whole group is undated now, and I would hate for them to try to come back and really not be able to be as great or even half as great as Drew Hill was, man. So that's just my take on it, man. I'm really skeptical on it. I would really have to see, man.
Okay, and I think that's why they did it. I think that's why they changed the name from Drew Hill, so they wouldn't take nothing away from Drew Hill and make it their own. And I think the name Smoking Black Dragon came from their actual stage names, which is Smoke from Player, which is Black from Player, and Cisco called himself the Dragon. So man, yeah, so that's where the name came from, and that's where everything is. But man, I appreciate y'all coming on here, rocking with me today, talking about that because y'all know me. You know what I'm saying in R&B music. You know what I'm saying. I'm real I'm really excited about it all the time. Me and Hater might need to do an R&B versus. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't know, man. Like I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he down for the battle. You know, you might heard it here first. You know, we might have to do a 90s R&B
You ain't ready.
versus. I see. Yeah, what I'm
Man.
talking about. Yes, I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it. So we probably gonna end up setting it up, man. When we gonna go live and we gonna do a 90s R&B versus for the for the culture of R&B music, cause it's like I ain't gonna say it's dead now because there's a lot of artists out there that's still doing a good job at it. They may not be mainstream, but they still doing a good job at it. So on there right there, Charles, anything you gotta say before we go?
Man, bro, I appreciate you inviting me out to this jump, bro, and I'm about to go listen to some R&B music. You know, after
Uh,
this right now, because I mean, hey, you got me. I don't know. I don't know. You got me in the mood now, so I'm about to go listen to some R&B now. So,
So
oh,
glad.
oh man, he been waiting to say
Hey,
hey, y'all, super ignorant, man.
I appreciate you linking me in, bro. I'm getting ready to walk in the funeral as we speak, man. So y'all stay up, man, and
I
I'll
got
holler
you.
at y'all.
All
All
right,
right.
peace, Ray. Appreciate tuning in. Hey, Hater, anything you got to say, man, before we get off here?
No, sir.
it.
If anybody don't know, that Jason the Hater, man. He's a hip hop artist out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
Part of the legendary group Earn Mike Coalition, IMC. So if y'all hadn't already, y'all make sure y'all go and check out the IMC. Check out Jason the Hater on YouTube. Check him out on Spotify and all media platforms, Bandcamp. And Charles, man, make sure you give them their information. I know you're entrepreneur,
Yeah,
barber at Razor, not Razor. I gotta stop saying it.
yeah,
And
man.
Taylor,
Taylor Salon.
yeah.
Off on Park, man. Y'all come check me out. My Instagram. I wish I could get y'all that jump, but just search my little name on here,
Mm,
Eclipse, with an apostrophe in there. Search me up on
mm.
Instagram, man. Y'all check me out, bro.
I got you. I got you. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I will send y'all the link to the last Drew Hill official last Drew Hill song that they had, so y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about with Sisqo playing Black. They got an awesome sound together, and it's 3-piece harmony, and it's really dope. And before I get off, uh, I would like to send a big shout out to the Hamiltons, the people that hadn't listened to the Hamiltons. They're doing what we talking about, what we love and we were used to. They're doing it right now, today, in our time, 2020. That sound that we want and we missing, they're giving it us today. You know what I'm saying? So check them out on YouTube, check them out on Spotify and all platforms, man. I appreciate y'all coming out, man. Thank y'all for the love, man. And we're gonna get with you later, man. This is IVD Press for all media. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the bell, and support for High Real V, the son of Double AG. It's IVD all day. Wow.
Yo.